Welcome to the Bridge of Two podcast.
Welcome to the Bridge of Two podcast. Hi, Josh. How's it going?
Good. Ready to rock?
No.
Ready to roll?
Maybe.
I'm ready to rock and roll.
All right. Let's do
Bow,
this.
bow.
All right. Well, we are back on the Bridge of Two podcast. We are joined by Caleb.
Hello again.
If you've listened to our
Possibly.
D&D recap, then
You'll
you
probably have heard him.
will remember his voice, maybe.
His half-orc voice.
I don't have one of those.
Oh, okay. You have to. You play a half-orc.
And you do use your regular voice, so.
This is true.
But yeah, so we are going to be later on after our drink break talking about the Wheel of Time because it just dropped, or at least started dropping on
TV show.
Amazon, the TV show.
Books
Although-
have been dropping for a while.
Yeah, books are dropped. But yeah, so we wanted to invite Caleb on to be our third wheel because the Wheel of Time. It's actually a fifth
that
wheel.
implies
Isn't
3 timelines in the Wheel of Time universe, and you don't want that.
But we got three. Oh crap! How do you pronounce it? Taverns. I can't remember how they're pronounced.
What?
Taverin.
Taverns.
Or I don't know.
We are the three
I think
Taverns.
the show pronounces it slightly weird.
I don't even remember how it's spelled, so I
don't
can't.
even-
In my head, it was.
What's a
always
Taverin?
I think I always said Tavarin or Tavarin.
They
Read the
are-
book and you'll find out, fool. No, it has to do with the Wheel of Time and how they.
Ah.
Some
how
people.
that world works.
Yeah, it has to do with how their world works and like how.
Oh, is that why in the symbol it has the wheel and then it has the 2 other circles to symbolize the snake? Is that why there's 3?
I don't
Don't think
know.
that's why.
Oh, okay.
There just happens to be
Darn.
3 of them.
Thought I figured something out.
Yeah, Taverin kind of
think
can bend how the wheel makes reality work.
Basic,
okay.
yeah. Basically, it's like these. You have certain people who.
So it's like an Infinity Stone?
Well, the world kind of just bends to their almost to
Most
them a little
people
bit.
they call it they're woven into like the tapestry of time.
Uh-huh.
But Taverin, they get to choose.
And they make changes instead of the wheel changing them to an extent.
Ooh,
It's the best way I can think of it right in this moment without having to do more research into it.
interesting.
Yeah.
They're
Well,
mentioned. The
there you
word,
go.
the name is mentioned like once in the show so far.
There's your teaser.
Once. Yeah, an episode.
If you liked that, stick around.
So we're gonna
For
bend
later.
this podcast to the way we want it to go instead of it bending us to the way it wants us to.
That's
go.
right. This podcast will not control us.
Maybe.
maybe.
Depends on if we can make money off it.
Maybe.
Not
Maybe the words we are saying have already been woven into the tapestry of the Bridge of Two of Time.
Yeah, but see, you're the one weaving, so
Bridge of Two of Time.
the bridge of time.
Dun, dun, dun.
Anyway,
Anyway, so how are you guys doing?
just doing.
You guys have good Thanksgiving
yeah.
eating?
I mean, you know
Not
how my
celebration?
Thanksgiving went, Josh.
That's true.
You were there.
Yeah. Seemed like it went pretty good for you.
It was alright.
Oh.
No, it went
no.
pretty good. It was good. It was delicious food. Very delicious food. Always enjoy family.
Family's fun. Yeah, I just went to go visit family for the weekend.
Nice. Cool. So this, as you know, I know you know, Caleb, we like to talk about anything we've been doing sci-fi fantasy related this week or last 2 weeks because we go every other week. So what about you, Caleb? Would you start us off today?
Mostly a lot of New World.
Okay.
It's a
Oh,
very,
yes.
very grindy game.
Yes.
It
What
took me 200 hours to get to level 60.
Wow. And is that the level where you do
That's-
PvP?
That's
Well,
max level.
you can do PvP at lower levels. You're just probably gonna die because other people are 60,
Mhm.
Okay.
and they will kill you very quickly.
Interesting.
I've also
I don't wanna
played New
die.
World. I haven't been able to grind out as much as that because everybody hates me. I works between work, school, and marriage. I just don't have the time. Although Stephanie's
Yeah.
wonderful. She's very gracious, and like if I just want to relax, she's more than happy to sit on the bed watch TV, and I would play New World with like Josh, my brother. Shout out to Jiwoo
Shout out
again.
to Jiwoo.
See, I don't have 2 of those things, so I have a lot more time.
Yeah.
There you go.
See, if I didn't have those things, I'd be 60 in a lot of things. I'd be max level in a lot of games. But that is the game I've been consistently playing right now because I can play with my brother, which is fun. And I want to get to the max level so me and him can do some endgame stuff. He's getting up there. He's like 54, 55, I think.
Yeah.
What are you
We're
at?
just upset because our server, we picked the Marauders on our server, and the Marauders are very crap on our server.
From what I've seen, the Marauders are kind of terrible people everywhere.
Yeah.
Like on my server, they were the ones like doing all the duping, and then like paying other companies in duped equipment
What is it?
to defend their
what is,
territories.
explain for the listeners and me because I'm not sure. What does duping mean?
Well, because Amazon, this is like their second ever game made.
Uh,
There were some exploits, and people were able to dupe endgame gear.
And basically just get it.
components.
keep duplicating
Yeah,
it?
and then sell it.
Stuff that it should take you hundreds of hours to grind to get it.
So
And they just have multiple.
Although they're starting to really crack down on those people.
They're starting to.
They're
yeah.
like bans and
You
stuff
can
like
see
that.
that there were
Lifetime
waves
bans,
of
kinda? I don't
all
know
the
about
more
lifetime,
toxic people are just not on anymore.
But I wasn't necessarily talking about like them being just like bad people in general. I mean, just like they're just
not
crap
good
at
it.
PvP.
Yeah.
Like we have 0 territories.
Yeah, that's
and,
how
you know.
my faction was for a while. I joined the Syndicate, and at first we had like almost the entire map, and then like the main PvP company in Syndicate left server, so we kind of just died. Plus, there was a bunch of like they still had to optimize the wars, so there was a lot of laggy, and it was hard to do anything really.
Yeah, see, that's why I want to stick with the game because I want to get to max level, and I do have a feeling that if the developers stick with it, it'll end up being a really good game.
Yeah.
Like it's got its problems right now for sure, but it's a brand new game.
Yeah,
And
like I said,
it's
it's
their
their
second game.
it's a
And the
brand new
developers
world.
The developers are pretty small too. That's true. Almost like you could say a new world.
Yeah, almost.
That's what I just said.
Oh,
What do you think I said?
I don't actually know.
I said a brand new world. And
You
you're
just
like-
didn't emphasize the new, so
That was funny.
you emphasized the world, not
was
the
like-
new. Anyway, what we're saying, Josh, is you should play it with us.
Okay.
If you feel like grinding for hundreds of hours to do it.
Yeah.
But you don't.
Hmm,
I
I
mean,
only
yes,
have 3
but
kids.
it's also the grind is fun, and you don't have to sit there for hours on end. I
Yeah.
sit down for like an hour or two and play and do some
Yeah.
quests and talk to Josh, and that's it. You know.
How many levels do you gain in that time period?
Depends on what you do.
I mean, I'm already level 33.
you can spam. They're called town board quests, and they give you a lot of experience. If you spam those, you can get to 60 without
So-
too much trouble.
If I was level 1, would you guys play with me?
Sure.
You guys be my
Probably.
friend? Would you be my friend?
Sure.
Would you guys be like what if you
I
guys
think we're
played
on different
together?
servers
We're
right
probably
now.
on different servers.
Yeah.
Oh. Well,
But I don't mind making
just,
a new
just
character.
dupe your account or whatever.
That's no.
Don't do that? Okay.
Yeah, that's probably a no-no.
Yeah.
Sorry, Amazon, if you're listening.
it's-
Jeff Bezos, don't ban my friends.
They actually, you could not name your character any form of Jeff
Jeff Bezos.
Bezos.
Oh, that's
So,
or Jeffrey
There's
Bezos
probably so many
or
people trying to
anyone- yeah.
creatively do that.
There were. They aren't anymore.
that's disappointing. It's a fun game though. It's a fun game to jump on for like an hour, and
Yeah.
like you can just even if you're not even fighting monsters doing quests, you can go out
Yeah.
and mine and chop down some trees, go fishing. You know, it's kind of just a
Colonize.
relaxed game, basically. Colonize.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
What else have you been doing?
I watched Arcane.
How
on
is
Netflix.
that?
That's actually really good.
What's
It's better than I was expecting because I wasn't really expecting much, but it's very good.
What is that?
It's a new League of Legends.
Yeah, it's a
Show.
Netflix show based off of League of
Legends
Legends
characters.
characters.
Huh.
With
Interesting.
The main ones being Jinx and Vi.
Okay.
I was never much of a League of Legends person, but
Me neither.
I loved the artwork in the game.
Yeah.
And the character. I just like that setting. It's very fantasy, you know. It's just I don't like MOBAs. That's why I didn't really get into it.
Yeah.
If it was like an MMO, I'd probably be all over it. But I did see that and it looked good. And I just haven't watched it yet.
It's pretty good. And there's only like 9 episodes, I think.
They're
total.
short, right? Like 20 minutes.
Yeah, like 20, 30. That's about it.
Cool.
That takes up a lot of time.
You
New
watched-
World, New
well,
World's
that
just taking
and
up all
obviously-
You
the-
watched Wheel of Time.
Yeah.
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 And the new Hawkeye show.
Oh, did you watch that?
Oh, how was that?
Did you like it?
It's fun. It's not
You-
like amazing. But
You've seen
it's-
both episodes?
Yeah,
They're
it's
out?
pretty good.
Have you watched it yet, Josh?
We watched, Aaron and I watched the first episode last night, so we haven't watched the second one.
Did you like it?
I really liked the first
Yeah.
episode. I feel like that was the strongest first episode maybe for all the Marvel shows.
That's possible, but mostly because a lot of them were just really weak.
I think that's part of it.
I haven't really watched
But-
any of the Marvel shows. I mean, I've watched a few, but I've watched like 2-3 episodes and got bored.
Ah.
So, but I like
think-
Hawkeye a lot.
I think you like Arrow too, which
Yes.
it's not the same character, but
It's not nearly as dark.
I like
Right.
anything with bows and arrows, though. So
right,
Yeah,
bow and
those
arrows
are
can't go
just
wrong.
The best.
exactly, and I do like Hawkeye. I like Hawkeye, and I like the actor a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was actually pretty excited. That's one of the few Marvel things that's coming out recently that I've been really excited for.
Mhm.
Chances are, I think you'll like the first episode. I haven't seen the second one, so I don't know if there's a drop off or not. But
That's also pretty good. Just a continuation.
it's
same
Christmas themed too, which is fun
Yeah.
Which
because
is
it's
a great time to watch it.
because Christmas is coming soon, guys. So
thing. In case you didn't know.
get your letters to Santa written.
Already done.
Whoa, nice.
Way ahead of you.
What are you-
Never
What are you
mind.
asking for? What are you asking Santa for? What? What are you gonna say? Something? Oh, I already know what you're gonna say.
I can't tell you what I asked for because then it's gonna just destroy the
It's gonna
mystique.
jinx it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Santa.
like a
will-
wish, you can't-
Santa will be like, "Oh, he said it,"
Yep. He's always
because
watching.
Santa
it.
listens.
He always watches.
We
Somebody
do
else.
have we have a North Pole listener. Every week
He knows when you're awake. He knows when you're sleeping.
he has to listen to this podcast to get intel on us.
He does know we've been bad or good.
Yeah,
So be good.
for goodness sake.
There you go. Anyway, that's
Somebody
about
say-
it.
breaking a song.
Don't
and also
monetize. What's the word? Don't sue us, please. We didn't sing it. We just said it.
We just said the words. Do you know the words?
Also playing Brilliant Diamond, the new Pokemon game.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The remake of
Yeah, but I never played the original one, so
I didn't either. So
I wonder how did you ever play the one that came before that, the Dull Diamond one? Wasn't brilliant.
Nope,
Was it
can't
Dull
say I
Diamond?
have.
No, yeah, it's probably because it just bombed.
your dad jokes are really showing right now, Josh. I'm trying to get Steph into Pokemon.
Into dad jokes.
yeah.
She needs a new game to play when I'm at work or
Pokemon is
whatever.
simple.
I think the
That's
Switch
what-
Pokemon games are pretty good too.
They're pretty good.
Is
They're
that
pretty
weird?
expansive too.
Yeah, I have Sword,
Yeah.
Pokemon Sword. So we'll see if she ends up playing. I don't know if she even plays Pokemon, but I'm trying to get her to. Anyway,
No.
Yep.
cool. What have you been up to, Josh?
I already know I've watched Real Time, watched Hawkeye. I'm almost done with Harry Potter, the first
Oh,
book.
finally! It only took you like 3
So
months.
close.
Jeez, it's a 200 book page or 200 page book.
200 book page.
I said what I said. It's like a.
What would that even be?
I
A
don't
200 book page. Anyway, no, I'm on the second to last chapter, so I have an hour left.
Oh, it's because you're
So-
listening to it.
Yeah,
So you actually know timing and stuff.
yeah. I'm farther than my wife, so I need to get
Really?
her to.
She was trying to say that she was trying to beat me.
Yeah, well, she got off to a really strong start, and I think the holidays just kind of
I beat her and she got upset.
maybe that's it. I was like, "What's the point?
What's
if you
the
can't
point?
beat
There's
your
no
wife?"
point anymore.
There's no glory. But enjoying that. And then I just the other day picked up Hollow Knight again for a little while,
Oh,
which was
Oh,
fun.
It's really fun.
Yeah,
I'm terrible at it, but it's really fun.
I'm terrible at it too. Thankfully, I always go back and get your soul.
But yeah, you should
Um,
try watching some speedruns. Those people are.
Oh,
gosh, yes,
I'll do that
watched
after I
a few.
beat it.
They,
I'll get angry right now.
They could beat it in like 32 minutes.
Yeah.
Ooh. Well, yeah. So I got a little further in that, not very much further, but it was fun. And then my daughter actually, she's 5, and she watches me play it, and she is quickly getting more like her coordination with games is getting a lot better.
Mm.
So she's wanted to try it. So like she'll just play. I made sure that I had spent all my Geo
Mhm.
so that I didn't die and lose it all because I was really close to getting the lamp. the lantern.
Yeah, that.
So I was like, okay, let me get this, and then you can do whatever you want, and you can die as many times as you want. And so she's been playing it a lot, like a fair amount, and it's actually really fun to watch her. I have it like streaming from my computer on.
Mhm.
I have the Steam Link app on
Mhm.
Apple TV,
Yeah.
and so she's playing it from my computer. So like there was one day where I was working, and she was playing it, so I was in my room working, but then on my other screen I could see her playing, and so I'm
Mhm.
like working, and then I'm watching her play.
That's awesome.
And I was like, she's like, get down to like one life,
Mhm.
and I'm like, okay, heal yourself. And then I see her healing herself. I'm like, yes, good. Or she like, there was one time that she was trying to jump. She was in what's the area where it's more grassy? I don't know what it's called. It's like the third area.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Grassy area.
Anyway,
Down
so
to the left.
yeah, down to the left. Anyway, so she's down there, and like if you fall in the water down there, it's like steaming,
Oh, yeah,
boiling
it's
water.
poison.
You'll lose a little head, a little life, and then start back over. So she was trying to jump over, and she kept falling. She's like jumping, trying, falling, jumping, trying, falling, and then she had one left, and I was like, oh, come on. Then she
Did you
jumped
make it?
and just barely landed.
Oh.
Like on the edge, like half of her body was not on it, but it was like she was still on it. And then she made the last jump on, and then she got a little bit further and died. But
That's awesome.
I was just happy that she made it past that that obstacle. Anyway, that's all to say. It's been fun watching Ellie play that game. So that's a piece of that. Another piece of that for me. And then the last piece is just I'm just still writing a lot. And yeah. So
Yeah, I heard you got your first little taste of kind of what it's like to be a full-time writer today.
yeah, I took a day off work and because I have the time off and just wrote all day. I went to the coffee shop I like to go to in the morning, and then I checked out this other place. This called the Foundry.
Stephanie likes the Foundry. I think we have a friend that
Oh,
works
really?
there.
Has she been there?
We have a friend that runs it.
I've been wanting to check it out, and well, anyway, I just name dropped you. Sorry, Kyle.
Yeah, what in the world, dude?
But it was just really
Set it out,
cool
man.
place to work. That's like his kind of mission or like goal in having it is to make a place for people to kind of pursue what they feel passionate about in an environment that is like, getting out of the home environment, feeling like you're, working. Sometimes that can be hard or whatever. Definitely with writing, for me, I have to be completely feel like there's nothing to distract me or nothing that I need to do. Otherwise, I'll get distracted and I'll just get up and have to go do something or check on the kids or whatever. So I have to pretty much, at least for right now, with where the kids are at and everything, I have to pretty much be out of the house
yeah,
to write. So
that's awesome.
anyway, so
I'll have to check it
was
out.
a lot of fun though, writing, and I wrote for like 6 hours total, and I don't know. I didn't count my words yet, and it may not have been a ton because I'm doing editing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm revising stuff, so there's like a lot of stuff. Where it's like, okay, all that's good, So then you read all that through and make sure it all looks good, and then you keep going. And then you realize you need to add some stuff here and there and stuff. So anyway, what about you?
It's kind of the same old, same old. Had a little bit of break from school with the holidays, so
Nice.
got like a week off and not really worrying about homework or studying or anything like that. So just been playing New World here and there, playing with Josh.
Shout out to Juwu.
Always. Quite a bit. I don't even know if he listens anymore. He better.
There's a lot of shout outs waiting for him if he.
That's
doesn't.
almost every episode.
Yeah.
Listen to his SoundCloud. Jew on SoundCloud. So I've been playing that. That's been fun. I've actually, it is just a fun game to sit down, relax on, and play. Because like once again, like if you don't want to quest, just go chop down some trees and fish. I don't know. It's just a fun game to shut your brain off for an hour. I'd like to throw on. Actually, that's where I listen to most of my Critical Role. I'll throw Critical Role on, listen to it while I'm playing.
Nice.
So I've been doing that. Still reading Dune.
Yeah.
I've made it past where the movie ends. I like it. I definitely like it a lot, and I'll let you know fully how I feel about it when I finish the book. But I definitely like the book. I like the book a lot.
Awesome. I need to read that.
Enough to where I want to buy that cool the deluxe edition or whatever.
Blue Pages.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What else have I been doing? obviously watching Wheel of Time. My brother bought a game for me to play with him. Oh, it's a small game. I think it's still in early access. I can't remember the name of it, but it's very much like a roguelike, run around, first-person shooter, run around in a dungeon, and you're like these small animals, and you just shoot things and pick up different guns.
I know what you're talking about.
I cannot remember the name of it to save my life, but maybe I'll go back to it after the break. I can go check my computer. But we played that for the other night. It was actually a lot of fun just to sit, because that was a game we can actually sit and, like, we're in the same room playing. Like, not same room, but same game. Like, working together as a team co-op.
Okay, gotcha.
Like, we could play, usually when we play New Order, now since he's such a high level to me, we kind of just chat and he's playing and doing his thing. I'm doing my thing. Unless we're doing, like, a dungeon together.
That's cool.
That's just fun. I bought on a whim, actually. I didn't mean, I wasn't intending to do it. We were just at Barnes & Noble. I ended up buying the Brandon Sanderson's newest graphic novel, Dark One. I haven't started it yet, but I think I'm going to either tonight or tomorrow start reading it. So I'm excited about that. The artwork, I like the artwork in it. It's simple, but it looks good.
I'd be very interested to hear how that is, because just the premise is very, very cool.
Definitely know how it is.
The premise is that this guy, he have some kind of vision
of being like I'm pretty sure he's like got a vision of being basically like an evil,
like a dark lord
ruler in another like dimension right? Or something like that.
Does it start out in, or have you read enough to know if does it start out like in our world?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
It does look like he starts off in our world.
Yeah, so that's just,
it looks like he's like
super interesting.
I wonder what they're gonna do with it, because it almost like he might be like have a mental disorder.
Okay.
Where he's like seeing things and hearing things.
Uh-oh.
So I don't know, it's interesting. I'm excited to read it. The game is Caleb just found it. It's Gunfire Reborn.
Okay, I see the picture.
They're like cute little animals with guns, and it's fun. Josh, how my brother explained to me is it's kind of like,
we should all get it
without a story. It's kind of like Borderlands, where you run around, kill things, and pick up new guns.
Yeah. Art's pretty similar too.
Mm-hmm.
Art's pretty similar too.
Yes.
You got it on Steam?
Yeah. Well, he got it for me. He was like,
hey,
screw it.
It's on sale.
Yeah, he's like, screw it. It's $15. I'll buy it for you.
So. Up sale right now.
We should all get it, and we should all play it.
I'm about it.
That'd be interesting. Is it like 2-player, 3-player, 4-player?
4.
Or...
I think it's 4.
Okay.
4-player dungeons.
4 is typically the...
Interesting.
Yeah. So that's been enjoyable. But yeah, I'm excited to read that. Obviously I love Brandon Sanderson, so.
Yeah. Shout out to Brandon Sanderson.
Like he needs a shout out from us. There's a couple other comics I'm kind of like, I've been kind of wanting to get into I've been getting in a graphic novel mood because I want to start drawing more and starting to work on mine. And so I want to kind of see how different people, the different art styles that are used and the different writing techniques that are used as far as graphic novels go. So there's another one I was looking at. It's called, I think it's like Nomad or something like that. Their website is Battle Quest Comics. Pretty sure is what it is. I follow them on Instagram. That's how I found them. But I like their artwork. Yeah, Battle Quest Comics. But I like the artwork, and it's a fantasy.
Cool.
Thing. So I might buy the first graphic novel from them on my Kindle or my iPad and check it out. Oh, I have been getting back into Berserk, which I know I was telling you about. Have you ever read Berserk?
I've not read it, but I've seen it.
It's a manga, you said?
It is a manga.
What is manga compared to anime?
Anime is
video
animated.
Manga's just
Manga's
comic.
just
okay.
Yeah, the books.
Yeah.
I'm smart.
Yes, you are. Very, very smart. Very smart. I read Berserk. I read like up to past the gold, like just to the end of the Golden Age. If anyone who's listening knows what that is, it's kind of like a flashback. It's kind of like a flashback scenario.
Okay.
That shows like kind of how the main character got to where he is. To an extent, but I read that back a couple years back, and I think I was in high school. I had a friend that read it and got me into it. But man, the artwork is some of my favorite artwork in like a manga comic. And it gets just better. I don't know. I just really like the way his inking is done. I don't know. I just like it. Plus the main character is just an awesome guy with a giant sword, which
and a cannon for an arm.
Yes, later on, not in the Golden Age arc, but like later on, he does have
it's on the cover. I don't know if you can
saw it.
I mean, technically, you see it in literally the first page because he blows a monster's face off with it. Fair warning to anybody who decides they want to check this out, though. It is a graphic, very graphic novel.
Yeah, right. It's very graphic.
not just like gore
Not
wise.
just like it's graphic, like it's a picture
No, like it's like
But
yes,
graphic, like
yes,
Bloody.
not
bloody.
for
Not
children.
just bloody though. It's got some nudity in it.
Okay.
If you can get past that, it's a really good. My thing is I kind of why I stopped reading it because it got a little bit. It deals with some very more fair warnings. It deals with some very dark topics, but it all fits in very well with the story, and that's kind of the point of the story because it's a very dark, morally gray world to an extent. Kind of. There is like evil, but at the same time, it's like your main character is like
He does
his
a
main
lot
character is his guts, but he does some pretty evil things. But it kind of it just deals with some heavy topics,
Yeah.
and like I said, there's definitely some nudity and a lot of graphic like killing.
Violence. Yeah.
So if you want to check it out, go for it. I'm just a fair warning for that for those who may not like it. You know, that's kind of what's put me off from reading it again. I'm like really close to just doing it though because I can kind of just skim past the nudity part and everything else I don't really care about. So yeah, if you oh, there's a trash man with the squeaky wheel every night.
Haunted trash can.
But yeah, so that's Berserk's good. I love the artwork. I just will forever love the artwork of that and the story. Other than that though, I don't really know. I don't think there's much else I've been doing. Just same old.
You need to create your graphic novel because the mind of Jeremiah needs to make a graphic novel.
The mind of Jeremiah needs to stay in Jeremiah's mind. Honestly, if we're being real here, I do. It's
debatable.
I really want. I've been in a big. I've been in a big writing mood recently. Like, I actually really want to do like a one-shot D&D campaign or session.
I was looking at some one-shot D&D campaigns recently. Yeah.
But yeah, I've been in a big writing mood, and so I want to start getting on the graphic novel too.
Yes.
So I'm trying to draw more. I want to start being more, which is why I'm getting off Instagram. I want to start being more. What's the word I'm looking for? Productive with my time. So like sitting and actually drawing, like specifically just sitting and drawing for like 30 minutes to an hour at least a day, if not more.
Or 6 hours.
Or 6 hours. Well, I don't have time to do that.
I know.
I guess if it's a slow day at work, I technically do, but yeah. Otherwise, that's it for me.
All right.
What do you say we take a quick
Let's
break?
do a little breaky poo.
Come.
Your face alone is worth that.
We'll just come back from our breaky poo, and have a few drinks for you guys, and then we'll give you our thoughts.
We're trying. Stick around. We're trying some hard kombucha.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we'll be talking about some Wheel of Time after that, and fair warning spoilers. See you in a few. All right, so we're back. Wait, you weren't recording that?
I wasn't. No,
You missed
Dis-
there's
Dis-
so much
What?
energy. Was just
Now the audience
will
never know.
Yeah. So I should say I.
Some of us worked.
Picked out a drink. I worked.
That's true. Fair enough.
I was creating worlds today. What did you do?
Way more fun than my job.
Well,
All I did was save lives.
that's
Not really. I just kind of drove people to the hospital that didn't really need it.
there you go.
I was a taxi for
Sure,
a
it
day.
saved their life.
Actually, I did drive an ambulance down to Sanford for no reason but to drop it off somewhere, so that was fun.
And then you walked back, or
Hashtag no partner status. No, another person went with me.
but if you dropped it off, did you get another ambulance and drive it back?
Someone drove another ambulance down there. We both drove down, and then
That just sounds like
because the other person,
Two people. So two ambulances drove.
and one went back.
and one went back. It was my
Tax dollars
ambulance.
at work.
We took my ambulance and then another ambulance down because me and the other.
So if anybody was wondering why they
Yes.
couldn't get an ambulance,
No,
for that-
they were already out of service. It was both me and another EMT who
of course
didn't
they're
have-
out of service. You were driving to Sanford.
All I'm saying is we got an accident on I-4 and I saw it. Sucks to suck. I'm just joking. I would stop. I had a radio and I can't really do anything for you, but I'll help out as best I can. I'll call someone else to help.
That was amazing. That was an amazing little segment there.
Look, I'm just explaining what I did at work today, okay?
Anyway, back to the kombucha.
Saving ambulances.
So we got hard kombucha here. It caught my eye at the ABC Fine Wine and Spirits.
So what about it caught your eye, though? Because it looked good or because it looked not good and you wanted us to drink it?
Because it's called Flying Embers.
That is a cool name.
And it
for a
looks
drink.
like a bird that could maybe
Like
be
it's like a phoenix
like a
on it.
fiery bird.
Almost-
Yeah.
almost like they are flying embers.
And
Almost, yeah.
it's so like I like that, and then pineapple chili with a hint of ginger sounds like a fun,
That sounds like a lot of flavors.
different thing to try. Let's give them a chance here.
And there's 0 sugars and 0 carbs. I am blown
And then
away
I saw
there are
that, and
130
that was like
calories.
that's the Jeremiah ticket.
Except that there's 130 calories in it. What are they trying to do? Make me fat?
Just drink half the can, half the calories. And then, but also it's kombucha. It's organic. It's probiotics. It's antioxidants. It's adaptogens. It's gluten free. It's vegan. It's keto. It's everything you could possibly want.
But there's no meat.
That's also true.
That's true. It's vegan. To be vegan, it has to be not meat.
No potassium
Yes, I know,
either.
but-
Wait, no potassium?
No potassium.
Throw it out. This will do nothing for us. It will neither.
How are we going to live
it
without
will
potassium?
it will neither heal us nor kill us.
Disappointment.
Actually, it might heal us.
If it's not going to kill, it might kill us.
There's probiotics, aka
I could be allergic to
Good
kombucha
bacteria.
for all you know. It
We'll
could
have to
kill
find
me.
out, aren't we?
That's true. I hope we
just
hope
walk
it's
us
not.
through. Walk us through what we need to do.
As I'm currently not breathing.
All right, brace your ears for the can opening. Ooh, almost spilled. Is it chunky? Oh, that smells interesting. Whatever that aroma's coming from.
Like I said, it's weird. It's a weird mix.
I like pineapple, so I hope it's good.
The smell is scary. I'm gonna just say that right now. But we should all do this at the same time.
It's probably a bad
Just-
time to say that I've never been a big fan of kombucha, so.
No, it's the right time.
But my wife is a big fan, so she'll probably enjoy it.
Let's just make sure nobody spew it all over the microphone. Please.
Or the computer. Make sure it's not
Or
to
the
the
computer.
splash.
Yeah, like the last time we shook. Bottoms up.
That is actually not bad.
There's so much going on. I don't know what to
It
think.
smells worse than it tastes.
Yes, that's actually I would drink this.
So the beginning was good. The middle, I was like, oh no, I don't like this. And then the end was like, okay, I think this is okay. There's like
So many thoughts,
there's
so many feelings.
because it was the pineapple up front was good, and I think the chili was not, and then but the ginger at the end was good.
Mhm.
What's an adaptogen?
It's a gen that adapts. I don't know. Google it.
I am gonna Google it. Talk amongst yourselves.
Google it.
Adaptogen. I said talk
I
amongst
feel like it's one of those
yourselves.
things that's like 3 sips and it's gonna be like, I'm done.
Hmm.
Adaptogens are non-toxic plants that are marketed as helping the body resist stressors of all kinds, whether physical, chemical, or biological. These herbs and roots have been used for centuries in Chinese and a word I'm not going to try and pronounce, healing traditions.
It's
but they're
healthy
having
beer.
a renaissance today. Interesting.
So
I-
at first,
I
what
think
you
it's
read
still
just
good.
said they are marketed to do this, which I thought was like, they're marketed. What do they
What's-
actually do?
I'll have you know though that non-toxic plants is in bold in this paragraph, so they're non-toxic.
Well, that's good. Good
so
to
they
know.
don't kill you.
Okay, that second one kind of it hits the throat like the chili. You could,
That's the
The-
ginger, I think. This is actually.
the chili,
The taste in the back
chili
of
and
the
the
throat is
yeah.
just kinda,
I actually like that because it kind of. It's like you're almost not. It's like for me, it's like I'm about to not like this, and it's like boom, burning your throat. It's
See,
like okay.
I'm different. I kind of like it. Then it starts to burn my throat. I'm like, might throw up.
yeah.
I need that.
It,
I need a throat.
I might need to throw up.
I like citrusy things, so like the pineapple part's good.
Yes, I'd like the pineapple part.
Feel like,
It-
feel like a third of it.
I
Yeah.
like a decent. I do
ginger's
like the
not
drink.
bad. I feel like the chili is just it's a
Maybe
weird
a-
mix.
Maybe the
Yes.
chili is the end of it. I don't know.
Maybe I think the chili. I'm not a big fan of ginger either, so ginger isn't helping.
Mhm.
But I think the chili, like you take the chili out, maybe add something else that's like maybe a little bit sweeter or something, or mix as well
Yeah.
with pineapple, and then even leave the ginger in. I bet you it tastes even better. I think this is good. I would drink this.
Unless the chili's there to cover up some other taste of the kombucha itself.
That is possible.
In
Well,
which case, if that's the case, thank you.
Anyway, as we drink our kombucha,
cheers to living organisms.
cheers.
We're drinking living organisms right now.
I was gonna take another sip, but my stomach started to not like it. So
When I said that,
The more you drink it, the more the aftertaste is there.
it's heavy.
It's
I
the
could not.
adaptogens, maybe.
It is not a drink I would drink to try to get buzzed.
Mm.
Because I could drink one and be like, I'm done. As far as like my stomach. Burp tasted like weed. Not that I know what that tastes like, but
That's just gonna be at the end of every episode now. My burp tasted like weed. Like that'll be the outro.
that needs to be
Like every
that needs to
single
be edited out.
It'll be like
After far, far away
bridge of far far away bridge. My burp tasted like
A coworker is gonna listen to this, and next thing I know, I'm gonna get drug tested like every week at work now. All right, so
All right.
Wheel of Time. Fair warning to everybody going forward. This is going to be spoilers for at least the first 3 episodes and of the show, and probably a little bit of book, like
Some of
spoilers
the
of book
books.
1
Yeah,
or
maybe.
some of the books in
Yeah.
general.
Because they do bring in some stuff, I guess, from
Yeah.
other books.
Some of the stuff in the shows matters because of what happens later in the books.
Yeah.
And spoiler warning: watching the show is actually a spoiler for the books. So
Yeah.
That is true.
you don't
They should have had the
you don't
giant
want-
spoiler banner
you don't
in front of this whole show.
That is very true.
you don't want the book spoiled, then don't watch the show.
And if you don't want the show spoiled, don't read the book.
Yeah, fair warning.
My dad's actually not.
Use your brain.
My dad is specifically not reading the book right now because he wants to experience it with my mother, which is really cute and also super lame.
Some interesting how those go hand in hand.
Usually. My parents are loving it though, by the way. My mom and dad both. Even my mom, which is usually not big into fantasy, is loving it. So she's never read the books. So organisms, those organisms hitting you
They're
hard.
gonna get
They're
you.
fighting back. They do not want to be consumed. Anyway, so how many books have you read, Caleb?
I've read all 14.
You have.
Yes.
Was there a point in time that you hadn't read all 14?
Yes, I read them all
That I knew
starting
you?
like last September.
He read them in like 6 months.
And then I read them
Oh,
into
wow.
the beginning of this year.
Okay, I remember talking to you when you had read up to like the middle of
I think so,
a
yeah.
certain book, and you were taking a break. I thought maybe.
Yeah, well, like the first 5, I think I read in a week each, and then took like a week break between them.
Oh wow.
And then, yeah.
Sounds like when I was reading Stormlight Archive.
Because again, I only have a job. I have time.
True. Very true.
Wow. Do you like the series as a whole? Are you a fan?
More than some, less than others.
It's about the normal response, I think, with Wheel of Time. It seems.
I'm not sure what it means.
There
though.
are some insane fans.
Unless you listen to Daniel Green. Then...
Do you feel like I've heard that the middle book, like there's like a certain number of books where it's like people will say, "Yeah, those are a slog," but once you hit book 10,
Yeah.
or
Once
something-
you get to the last 3 where Brandon Sanderson is writing them, it speeds up so much. Just because his pacing of his writing is different.
Yeah.
Like the pacing of Robert Jordan's writing it's slower. You'll go entire books without seeing a character that like an important character,
yeah, right on,
just because he didn't want to focus on them for that book.
right.
The world building in it is so cool, though. Like, I feel like that's what's going to keep me
Yeah.
hooked
That's
throughout the whole
it's a
series.
slow burn for the world building. There's a lot of stuff you don't find out until much later.
Which is what's going to end up keeping me going,
Yeah.
even through the slog. Is just I'm very big in world building,
Yeah,
and just I've read 4, gonna start 5 here after I finish Dune. I think I mentioned that. But the world building already is just captured me. Plus, I really do like all the characters. Like,
Mhm.
I don't, not really a character that I don't like. Gawain is annoying, and so does Nineveh or however you pronounce her
Nynaeve.
name. Nynaeve.
Yeah, in the beginning they're all annoying because they're very, very sexist and very young and stupid.
It is an old book, isn't it? It came out a
Yeah.
while ago.
Like they're always, all the women are like, men can do nothing. You can't trust them with anything. Just they're garbage. Everything would be better without them.
But to be
'Cause
fair,
they're like 17-year-old girls. So
it fits in with the world building
it's true
because men did ruin everything,
This
kind
is-
of.
It's true.
broke the world.
Josh, what is your experience with the books?
I've read. Well, no. Because you haven't said your experience yet.
I did. I said I've
read
read
first 4.
up to 4, and
You
then I'm
said
about to
that?
start 5.
I listen when you talk.
Yeah, what do you do?
It's the kombucha. Anyway,
Those organisms are eating your
3
brain right now.
sips in, and yeah, it's all going to my head.
It's
Literally.
that 6.8 alcohol percentage.
I've read the first half, like a little more than half of the first book.
So what part of the book are you at? Like, what's happening?
Like, do you remember? It's been a while.
I
I'm sure.
picked it back up and started reading again recently, and I'm trying to remember what's happening.
They went to Shadar Logoth.
I definitely read that. I definitely read after that. Whenever they they get split up,
They go to the next big city, where they meet up again. Or
they go to they go to the next big city.
Which city did they meet up again? That's,
Don't they run into a Fade there, right?
No, not Whitebridge. Camelin. That's where they meet up.
that's with the princess and the queen, right?
Yes. Or like the
I don't remember that,
the
but
queen's.
I remember they meet a
something or
Fade there, right?
They meet a Fade in Whitebridge.
A Whitebridge. Is
When
that
does
before
Whitebridge-
Shadow Logoth?
Yes.
So they cut that out.
That's
of the
right.
show?
That's after. That's after they split up because in Whitebridge, that's where they're with Tom, or Matt and Rand are with Tom. That's where they split up.
Yeah, I guess I'm.
And then they go
I
to
guess I'm forgetting
Camelin.
what,
I'm
what
also,
I'm,
I'm
where
also
I'm up
to be
to.
fair, I'm also forgetting.
But I definitely know I read up to probably Whitebridge because I remember them running into the Fade there. But yeah,
When do they go to? There's a town that they all go to together.
The mining town. They go to that before they go to Shadar Logoth.
So that got cut out of it.
That got cut out probably because there's men
White
there.
cloaks are there.
Oh,
Oh, that's right. That's where
yes.
they meet Min.
That's where they meet Min.
Okay,
And because
okay.
she's such a big character, I don't know that they've cast her yet. They're probably
That's
waiting a bit because the show is
fair.
already doing so much.
Fair. That's fair. Okay, that's okay. So that's what messed up with the episodes. Of just like, wait a minute, I thought there was a whole other town here.
Yeah,
because I
they-
got confused when they split up, and then like Rand and Matt were in. This,
yeah,
like,
I was
small
really confused when they
village.
were. Yeah, that
they
was confusing
mention
too.
it like Matt does when they're in that town.
So what
He
did
does
you
mention it
guys?
starts with B. I forget what it's called.
What do you guys think? What do you guys think of episode 1? Thoughts?
Silence. I liked episode 1.
Yeah, it was good. There's a lot happening.
Yes.
Yeah, I liked
And-
episode 1 too, but I knew what was happening. So
Yeah,
I
as someone who, like, if you were someone like, say, my wife or something like that who has never read the books and don't understand what's going on, episode 1 could be very confusing. Which I think is why they probably released 1, 2, and 3 together.
Probably, yeah.
Because 3 is where he starts kind of making a little bit more sense. But like, I had to stop and kind of like at least sort of explain some things to her.
Mm-hmm.
But like, they've changed a few things. Like even like what Moraine's talking about, how like any 4 of them could be the Dragon Reborn.
That's another like that has a lot of implications.
yeah, because that's not how that is. Because
oh,
only men.
Where she
yeah,
says
yeah.
any of the 5 of you could be the.
I
dragon.
rewatched. Yeah, when I started rewatching the first episode again, and I caught that she said, at the beginning,
It's one of you.
it could
like,
be
of you
any. It could be a like the gender is not
Yeah.
known,
4. Which
and I
on
was
its
like, isn't the
face,
dragon always a
that's-
guy?
Yeah, on its face, that's not a big deal, but because of all the prophecies that are attached to being the dragon and what he has to do later, it is
Right.
important that it's a man.
Not
Which
only that,
it
too,
is a man. I mean, like, they're
It
like,
is,
they're
unless-
sticking with.
but not only that too,
They
but like
better- if they change that, the show is pretty much done.
they won't change
I don't
that.
think
But that's
so.
not
Yeah,
only
they
that too,
should.
but it deals with the magic system, right?
Yeah.
Because there's that male side and the female
That's,
side, which
that's why it matters.
I do feel like this day and age that could be changed. Like they would change that.
Well, see, like,
They don't need to though.
But I don't
This
think they do
day
either.
they
But I
might-
can see they do.
but like
maybe.
even
I feel like that lends itself
I
to
don't know-
what
I
like
don't think you've gotten to, but later there is a trans character in the books.
I'm sure there is.
Like it's a woman who can channel the male half of the source
Oh, that's cool.
because
is that
she
is
didn't
that the
used
only...
to be a woman.
Oh,
So she's a woman now, and so she can channel the woman's
Yes.
side.
Hmm.
She can't channel the woman's side. She can only channel the male side.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense.
So like
We
the
lost
magic
like
is
7
still very
viewers.
distinct, but it is a trans character.
Interesting.
interesting.
Anyway,
Well,
yeah.
So, but I guess what I was gonna say is that is just I don't think they need to mess with that too much because the fact that there is like the storyline itself starting off with that there's the one power, there's a male side and a female side, and the male side is corrupted. The female side is already like the only side that can be
Yeah.
used. So it's
Mhm.
like, girl power. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it's already
they did that as like a quick way. That's why Egwene went with them.
that would make I could
Because
see
in the
that.
book she went with them because Moiraine said you could be an Aes
Aes
Sedai
Sedai.
right.
or an Aes Sedai or whatever.
Although it seems like at this, like episode 2, it seems like Moraine is no longer on board with Egwene being the being the dragon because she just means like I think you're being said I come to the White Tower. It seems like she's kind of like no
Yeah.
longer like the
But, like,
the dragon. It's
In this world where the dragon could be a woman, how do they deal with that?
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, but do they need to? If they are sticking with Rand, do they even need to deal with it? Like, obviously, like if they changed it and they made the dragon
I mean,
a woman.
If they don't change it, then they don't really have to do anything. But it doesn't really make sense in the world unless they're just we didn't understand the prophecies.
They won't change the dragon.
If they do that, then okay.
Uh-huh.
It's just a little
They
why thing, but yeah.
they're not going to change the dragon. The dragon's
No.
going to be Rand. They're not going
Yeah.
to mess up.
I mean,
that.
I
That's
know
such an
that-
important thing.
Because like
I
he
know
doesn't
that-
have anything else. That's what he does.
Yeah,
in
that's
the,
he's literally
that's
just
his
the
purpose
dragon.
in the
Mhm.
story.
Yeah.
Perrin's got the wolf thing. Matt's got the dagger. Rand, if he's not the dragon, why is he there?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because he's a great
It did
person.
make it did make it interesting. Like, you know, take that aside, it did make it interesting. Like, for example, for my wife when she was watching it, trying to be like, "Oh, who is it?" Yeah, and she was like, she thought right away it was Perrin because of the wolf thing. Because
Yeah.
like the wolf comes up and he
'Cause
and
you don't
doesn't
know,
attack
like, what
him,
other
and so she's like,
things
"Oh,
are
he's the
there."
dragon," because something weird happened with him, you know. And
For
then
that wolf thing, that is a very small wolf.
I thought the same thing. I was like, this is
laughing
like,
seeing that because it's like up to his knee. Wolves are very large.
yeah, that was like a dog.
that was a not even well.
That was a
he's a
domesticated
large
wolf.
person.
I
but
thought it could have been a coyote.
It
Maybe,
did. It looked
but
kind of
it's-
coyotes, but they're supposed to be wolves.
for wolves in general, I don't like most people don't realize how big wolves are supposed to be.
Yeah.
Get your wolves straight.
You know what I
show.
do? You know what the one thing I do wish they did though with the show, instead of starting it off with like Moraine and them chasing down, what they should have done is they should have started the show off the same way they started the book
The
off,
prologue.
with the
Yeah.
dragon.
Yeah, I
Destroying the
wish
castle.
I wish they
Showing
had done that.
That part of the history, yeah.
I really wish they had done that.
Because
Right
that
now
was a
it's-
great way to start the book, in my opinion.
Yeah,
like
it's-
that
it's set up the entire world really well.
It sets
reading
up-
that is what made like when
Yeah.
I first was like I'm thinking about reading this, maybe I was able to like get it for free on my Kindle for like a little bit. I was like, I'm gonna check it out. I read the first prologue, and I was like, all right, I'm hooked. I'm
It's
about
like
it.
reading the first bit of Way of Kings.
Yeah,
where
exactly,
it's yeah.
exactly. I was like, okay, I'm about it, you know.
Yeah,
And so it would have been cool for them to do that. I think I guess I sort of understand why they didn't. 'Cause I
Who
feel like
knows?
it probably would
It's
confuse a lot of
more-
people.
It's more stuff to introduce, but it sets up the world a lot better than they did in the show.
with just like the voiceover,
Yeah, I just don't
Like,
like I just don't like voiceover expositions like that.
you miss stuff really easily, and
Yeah.
it was really quick. But I like Moiraine a lot. I like the way they
The
portray her a
characters
lot.
they've done really well. All
Yeah,
the
they-
characters are really well.
I really like Perrin and Matt.
Yeah, I like
both.
Perrin a lot.
Um,
Matt's I mean I think Matt's a well done character. He's kind of annoying, but I mean I guess he is in the book too.
They're all annoying now
Yeah.
That's true.
until later on, but they all fit their character very well. Even like how the
I-
character in the show matched the character in the books pretty well from what I remember.
Yeah. Matt doesn't really start his character developing until
Really?
book 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Like as they're escaping, as he's leaving Tar Valon.
Yeah, because that's when you start learning a little bit more about who Matt is too and his past.
Like his place in the story. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's got like just like how Perrin's got the wolves and Rand's the dragon. He's got an interesting
I
history
don't know if
too.
you want spoilers.
So I'm not going
For
to.
what-
I already have some, and I probably had it spoiled for me before. I don't remember, but
Matt
my brother-in-law has read.
He's got supernatural luck, and he's basically got the memories of thousands of years of past generals.
He has
I
or
thought
will
he-
have.
I thought he was the
Like he
will
has
have.
supernatural luck
He
currently.
it doesn't show right now, but in the books that's his thing.
I
Okay.
thought
Like, if
he
he-
was like a basic, almost like a reborn version of the guy from Menetherium. How do you pronounce that town?
One of them. He's a
He
real
was, like-
version of a lot of people.
Okay.
Like there's a lot. Yeah, it goes all the way back.
Hmm.
Like
But yeah, he
can-
gets some good character development.
and as the books go on, he gets like more memories from the past.
Okay.
I will say too, though, one thing that they changed that I'm not necessarily upset about is Perrin being married.
Yeah, that
In the
was a
movie.
big change initially.
It was a big change, and at first I was like, "But that's not Perrin." But then I understand it because it actually does. I do think it does a good job of showing where his character is going as far as how his
Yeah.
animalistic behavior comes
It-
out with the wolf stuff.
It makes a lot of his struggles very obvious.
Because in the books, they're a lot more internal.
It's a lot more internal. It's more like, do I want to be a blacksmith or do I want to be a warrior?
Whereas this was just like he's actually struggling now with like getting angry and or
Yeah.
almost like wild in combat and
Mhm.
Yeah.
to the point where he kills his wife. I don't know if you know much about Perrin because you've only read the first.
I know that
but-
I know something to do with wolves, but I didn't know
Mhm.
what can he control them or is he become one?
He has
or-
like a link to them.
Okay.
Yeah,
can
you'll
talk
learn
to
more.
them.
You're
Yeah.
gonna read it and we're gonna talk about it.
Okay. All right.
Don't sound so upset. You're gonna enjoy it.
Looks like they're probably going to go more with where they are in the story. They're going to go more into that in the next episode.
Okay.
Mm.
In the fifth
5,
episode. What do you guys think of the way the weaves look in the
I thought it was interesting,
the opening?
like an interesting
fight
way to
with-
accentuate how like it's weaving.
Mm.
To try to, because that's how they describe it in the books.
Yeah.
It's a little much. I don't mind it, but it's a little much.
Yeah.
Here's something I've wanted to see if anyone else was with me on the music. I feel like I don't get the music. Like I was watching this fight and this really epic thing. Moraine's
Mhm.
doing all this channeling, and this music comes in, and I'm just like, what is this music? And it was just like this. It just didn't feel like it matched what was happening. It didn't feel like it matched the like tone and of the scene and everything. And then
Oh, and she's doing like the last big push thing.
maybe it's like this
Where it
music
just
comes in and it's,
louder.
it comes in really
Like,
loud.
It's, supposed to be, it's trying to push it. It's a really epic moment.
Right, it's trying to really emphasize this moment, but it's like you have the Ride of the Rohirrim and like Lord of the Rings, and the music comes in and it really like pushes that
Like
movement.
those, you have like the
over
thundering
the
hooves
edge.
to help, which just automatically makes it more epic.
I don't really
Yeah.
remember the music.
I just thought the
Investing, to be honest
music
with you,
was.
so.
I just the music. I guess I was. I don't know if I just pay more attention to the music, but I was just thrown off like by the music. I just didn't think it was good.
I'll pay attention when I do a rewatch because I plan on doing that.
And
And then
then-
at work. So.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, the music of the opening, like they do opening credits after the first episode. They didn't really do opening credits in the first episode.
Second episode. Third.
Second episode and third one they did, and I thought, I don't know, the music was maybe a little better there, but still, even there, I thought the music was a little like, this is weird. I don't know. Someone out there help me. If you're listening and you agree about the music wheel time, write us.
Yeah, email us at
Email us.
bridget2@gmail.com.
Yeah.
The other thing I really
Or
like.
text me at. Nope.
Continue.
No.
Another thing I really like about the show is I think they did a pretty magnificent job with the Trollocs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like
Nailed
they
the
did a
Trollocs,
really
yeah.
good job of bringing those to life.
Yeah,
Just like
unfortunately.
really good. Like
I think they used a bit too many horns, but for the most part, it's really well
can
done.
never have too many horns.
That's
Yeah,
right.
but there's supposed to be like a variety of animals, not just the ones with horns.
That's true. But you do see a good variety of animals though.
That's true,
They
yeah.
just all have horns for some reason.
Yeah,
Just throw
but-
the horns on there.
it's supposed to have like beaks and feathers sometimes.
That's I do remember that.
Creepy.
But they're very ferocious.
Yeah, that part they did really
Bloodthirsty. Yeah, very violent, and
I already don't like the White Cloaks.
well. Yeah.
they did well in that.
Already don't like them.
Well, it's mostly just the Inquisitor guy. I forget his name. It's on my head.
Oh.
What, he was killing Aes Sedai?
Yeah.
Ivan.
Now,
Ivan
is
Volda.
that because
Yes.
I didn't really understand
That's
that
his job in.
is to kill Aes Sedai?
Well, the White Cloaks in general think Aes Sedai are evil
Because they
and should be stopped
because they do magic, or why?
because they think they're controlling things and they shouldn't
Oh,
be.
Which
right,
they
right.
are.
And, like
to
the
an
magic
extent.
is unnatural and they shouldn't.
Right.
Iman Volda is the Inquisitor, who
Uh-huh.
are like the nastiest of the White Cloaks.
Mm.
They're the ones who do all the torturing and try to prove that people are either Dark Friends or Aes Sedai, or
Okay.
and they usually they will do whatever they need to get a confession so they can kill you.
You know who else? You know who they casted really well? And I'm so excited to see him later on in like season 2 and all that.
Mm.
Oh crap, what's his name? Fane?
Yeah, Padan Fane.
Yes, Patton Fane.
Yeah.
I just
Who was Patton Fane?
he's the
The peddler.
you see him for like of 2 minutes in the first episode, I think. The
Oh,
peddler.
okay.
He's got like a pretty major role actually. In
Yeah,
the
he
book.
comes back a lot.
like a big in a big
he
way.
comes back even just later in book 1.
I thought.
Yeah, but he plays like a major role in like 2 and
yeah.
and,
Here's
like,
something I
book
got
2.
confused about with that is I thought that the peddler at the beginning in the first episode was the Gleeman, and
In the
in the-
books,
in the-
Tom comes with him. Like they're both there.
Really?
okay,
I think so.
I don't remember that.
yeah, I do remember
So
the.
I
I
think
remember the
Tom is
Gleeman.
introduced before they get to.
I remember the
Farmer Three in
Gleeman
town.
being in the beginning of the
was
book.
there. Tom was there.
I don't remember that
They
actually.
didn't focus on him much because he wasn't really a big character yet.
In the book, when they split up after Shadow Logoth, the Gleeman is with, I forget who he's with, but they get split up, and the Gleeman is with some of them.
He's with Matt and Rand.
Okay, so
Just
I
like
was
episode 3.
so that's so instead in the show they met him in
They
that
met
little
him.
town,
Yeah.
which that
after
whole
they split up.
that whole thing was that in the book where they all got split up
Uh,
and went to different towns, basically. Like,
Yes.
That specific one where Matt and Rand are in the town and they're attacked by Dark Prince. That's there.
Yes.
That's in
just the
books.
two of them.
same with
Yes.
same with
just remember
Egwene
it.
and Perrin meeting up
It's
with the
after they split with Tom though,
Okay, so maybe I haven't.
as
gotten
they're
to
on
that
their
yet.
way to Camelin.
and then
I've read-
Perrin and Egwene with the people, the travelers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
Tinkers.
another like weird thing because they knew who the Tinkers were,
Yes,
books.
that's
They're
that's in the
supposed to know.
books. They just know a little bit more about who the Tinkers are. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
okay.
and in the show they didn't. But I guess that's just so that the Tinkers could explain who they are.
Yeah, I mean, it just make a way they could explain it.
Yeah.
without having to do exposition or whatever.
I think I blocked some things out from the book or something.
But
'Cause I
anyway,
don't
I
know
like
stuff.
they did. I think they did a good job with his casting. I'm excited to see him be
Yeah.
Pattern Vane in like book 2.
Yeah. The
Whatever they
other
do.
weird thing from episode 1 is in the books he's a good person,
Mm,
and in the show it's implying that he's not.
I don't remember that. So
Oh, Matt's dad?
Yes.
Because remember whenever his mother is like,
no, I remember his dad being bad in the
Oh,
show. I don't
okay.
remember. I don't remember his dad at all in the
Okay.
book. So
It's
I don't remember.
Probably
I don't.
just
I don't
comes
remember his
back
dad
more
in the
later.
Book. I don't remember his dad in the book either.
Yeah, they don't focus on it much, but yeah, he comes back later.
I do remember too. In book 1, when they leave, like in the books, when they leave, Rand doesn't know that his father's still alive.
That's true. He hadn't woken up yet.
Yeah, and whereas in the movie or in the show, he's like waving them off or something like that.
Yeah.
I think they did a good job with his dad
Yeah, they did a good job with
casting,
that.
and I thought that whole scene was really well done. I remember that distinctly in the book. That was like where I was hooked. That scene in the book when the Trollocs bust in.
Mm.
I imagined Lan.
I imagined him bigger.
Very.
but,
I imagined
yeah.
very different.
Me too.
But that being said, I like his character in the show.
Yeah,
But I imagine him your generic, almost kind of like Knight, and with
Yeah.
maybe a little more armor. Not like a full like Knight's armor, but like more armor, like kind of the suit he has now, but with more armor. Almost like Obi-Wan's Clone Wars robe,
Okay.
Jedi robe.
Yeah,
Similar to that, where it's like robes, but also has armor on it. That's how I imagined him when I read him, and I also imagined him with a broadsword on a ninja sword. Just because I imagined Rand.
The
being-
ninja sword actually fits pretty well with the whole like the Borderlands culture.
It does, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I do like his character in the
Yeah.
show. Just when I read the book, I imagined it differently. Because I also just imagine because Rand's sword is, I'm pretty sure, described it differently than Lan's is.
I think so. Yeah.
And so I was just like, okay, it's just a broadsword to an extent. Maybe like
Mhm.
not as, maybe a little bit more of like a,
Mm-hmm.
not just like a straight
That's
up
something
broadsword,
that they didn't focus on in the show was the sword being distinct. Like I feel like
being out of place and weird in a town like that.
Mhm.
yeah.
yeah, like and I remember I think Rand's dad says something about that sword
Mhm.
to him in the book, and
Like nobody's mentioned the heron. Yet.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's on the sword.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Like
it's
you've
very,
seen it.
Very obvious. They
It's-
had a whole shot. Just focus. There's a heron.
So
there,
I don't know if
gonna bring it
they're
back, but-
yeah, maybe they're gonna make it a big deal in a different episode or something.
Yeah, but like the Dark
But-
Friend didn't remark on it at all.
What do you think of the fades? How they designed the fades?
I think they're pretty
They
cool.
did pretty good. Yeah, they should Voldemort with more teeth.
Yeah, I was saying that to Aaron. I was
That's
like,
accurate.
it's like if
eyes.
Voldemort didn't have eyes,
Mhm.
like no nose and then no nose and then no eyes,
Yeah.
just a mouth. So it's a mouth of Sauron plus Voldemort.
You know what else I think they're doing a pretty good job about? Their
that?
the book was very which I didn't know the first time I read it, or as I was like picking up for the first time. But the book's got a bit of a horror aspect to it, and they're doing a pretty good. I feel like they're doing a pretty decent job in the show
Yeah.
of hitting that horror aspect. Maybe not as
Yeah.
good much as the book does, but they're doing a pretty good job, like with the
Mhm.
dreams, stuff like that, the nightmares, I
Yeah.
guess you call them. You know,
Oh, I do. Yeah, I like the dreams a lot. I like those. The stuff that they're seeing in the dreams really, very interesting. Design on the. I guess it's the dark one or whatever.
I'm excited to see what they do with a certain character that they meet later on in the.
Are you talking about Camelin, the kingdom?
Yeah, and they meet a character there. Rand and Matt do.
Talking about Loial, the Ogier.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm curious to know how they're gonna.
Yeah, because I know he was like on the red carpet thingy, so he's there.
Yeah, I'm just
They're
curious.
gonna
I'm
meet-
curious what he's gonna look like, basically. How they're gonna.
Also curious how they're gonna get through Camelin without meeting Elaine.
Yeah, is she not cast?
No.
That she's a big part of.
Yeah,
Camelin.
her and Min are very big characters that I think they're
I
just
won-
holding off on. For
I
now.
wonder when they're gonna.
But like Elaine doesn't really come back into the books till the next one or two.
Sure,
anyway.
but there's also not that many episodes. I think announced. There's only like 7 or 8.
8.
Like,
So
yeah,
they might not.
eight.
They might
There's
make it
8 total.
Yeah, they might like make it just 2.
I feel like
That kingdom.
I feel like they said that the.
Maybe yeah.
I feel like
They're-
they
they're
said
almost there
that
now.
the show is season 1. I mean, the season show. The whole show
Season 1 is book 1.
is book 1.
Oh, really? They can do that in 8 episodes.
But
That's a
they
little
obviously
spoiling.
brought stuff forward, so it's possible that they're also pushing other stuff, like
Mhm.
bringing some stuff forward and pushing some.
I
other
was kind.
stuff
I'm kind of
off.
worried that they're going to do that though, because I feel like that's just rushing.
Yeah, that's.
I already
that
feel
is
like
very
they've.
rushed.
I already feel like they're rushing it. Like finishing book 3, and they're already met up with
Yeah,
Tom. And
I
all
heard
that.
originally they wanted to do like a 2-hour pilot and 10 episodes.
See, that would have
Yeah.
been great.
I have a
Yeah.
feeling that a lot of this is the
A test as well.
is Amazon not wanting to give them all the rope they want, because like I think the guy who's the showrunner, he's a big real time fan. It's hard for me to think of him saying, yeah, let's not do the prologue. We don't need to do the prologue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're probably.
So it's probably
I
they
hope
didn't want to
incorporate
do the
it later
Yeah.
because people need that bit of world building
Yeah.
to just really.
They
see
definitely
the
could.
world.
Understand too why the
some
dragon is so feared.
vision.
or to
or
just
flashback.
even understand in the first place that this is a dystopia.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. This could also just be like this first season could be like almost like a let's see how this actually turns out and how people like it,
True.
and then
Yeah.
from there they might go like
Pace it out a little
pace it out a little bit
differently.
better.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Hopefully, I just hope they don't like just blow through all 9 or all 14 books like this.
yeah.
I mean, that's still a lot of
If they try to go at
episodes, but
this pace through like even the last 3 books that are already have a higher pace, that's going to be so much.
yeah. So
Yeah, I don't even remember how many seasons the show is planned to do. If it's planned to be 14 seasons or not.
it's very rare that somebody makes it 14 seasons in this
Right.
day and age. It would be awesome if they did, but
It's the only way they're going to get it anywhere near right
Yeah.
or good,
yeah.
unless they do some major changes to shorten things.
Sounds like they are, but we'll see. What else? So episode 2 is Shadow Logoth. Oh, was it episode 2 is Shadow Logoth, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
They cut some stuff out of that. I remember
They did a bit, yeah.
They, Matt doesn't actually talk to anyone when he gets the dagger.
Yeah, he's supposed to be tempted into picking it up.
Yeah, I think there was a little bit of some kind of weird thing happening, and then he grabbed it. But
Yeah, and he
in the
walks off
book,
with
there's like a
Rand.
guy
They're both
talking.
exploring.
There's like a really creepy guy talking to
Yeah.
him that I think is
The other thing is they went in and it was just about night,
Uh-huh.
and you don't want to be in the city at
At
all
night.
at night. And
Oh,
Len knows
yeah,
that,
yeah.
so they wouldn't have gone in
Right.
at night.
Moiraine, you've killed us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think they ever actually, other than Matt and Rand, went into a building because they all looked like they were about to fall over, and that's where the shadows are.
I definitely liked the look of the city, though.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
very. They did a good job of rendering it.
Yeah.
How it looked. But yeah, I do remember more there being more in that city.
Yeah, there was not much more, but there was it was just that just stood out to me, that the person that Matt talks to, that's I guess the
Like
like
embodiment of
embodiment
that
of
evil.
that evil.
Oh, that's right.
yeah.
There was like a lot with that, wasn't
Yeah.
there? Yeah.
I just remember it being super creepy in the book. And
Yes, very.
I kind of like what you were saying about the horror aspect of the books.
Yeah, see,
So.
that's the thing too. Going from episode 2 where they get out of Shadar Logoth
Uh-huh.
into episode 3 where now they're just like walking in the mountains, it just felt like such a weird cut to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Like I was like, I feel like that point, like I literally was like, did we miss an episode? Like Steph, I was
Yeah.
like, did we miss an episode? Like this feels like we're in a weird. Like how did they get from this foresty area
Yeah.
in this to
Yeah.
in the mountains?
That's what I said to Aaron.
That's the other weird thing, because in where they're supposed to go is go meet up with Bailey Domon at the river and ride his boat down to
Yeah.
White Bridge.
Mm.
That's
Right.
what that's where they go in the books, but they hadn't.
Do they split up after Shadar Logoth?
They
in
get
the
split
book?
up
Yes.
because
They get split up.
they're running from the
That part's
Trollocs.
right. Yeah.
They're running from the
They
Trollocs.
have to cross
and
the
they
river.
have to-
That's when they get split up.
Yeah.
Like Matt and Red get swept down some distance.
That's
Egwene and Perrin
right.
get swept down a
Okay,
different
so that's
distance.
why it was weird to me that like because like they got split up at the city, but it's like I feel like they shouldn't have been that far away from each other.
Yeah.
It makes more sense in
Yeah.
the book how they get split up.
That's
going
how I
through
felt
the
too,
river.
because I was
think-
like,
Egwene and Perrin are supposed to have
The-
Bella with them as well,
who?
the horse.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Which
I remember
she's
Bella.
also not focused on as much in the movies as in the show.
Oh,
I do
yeah.
remember Bella. I do.
They make a big
Yeah,
deal.
I heard
She's-
that. I heard some people
She's
like
there
really love her.
literally till the end of book 14.
Oh wow.
Look at her go.
For
True
how
hero.
raggedy they describe her at first, it's
Yeah.
very surprising.
True hero of the story right there.
Literally.
So yeah, just I have definitely some issues with the pacing in the show. Just feel like they're just rushing through so many things, and it makes it kind of confusing.
Mm-hmm.
Even
Yeah,
as someone who's read the book,
I
Yeah,
it's
get
kind of
why.
It feels
It
like
just-
they're still like trying to find their footing a little bit on the pacing of the storytelling.
Yeah.
I just hope they learn for
Um,
season 2.
Yeah.
I'm also just can I just
No.
I miss the days of 20 episode seasons. Why do we
Yeah.
have to cut episodes out? I get it. It's
That's
not
because the
actually I don't
budgets
get
are
it.
bigger.
I don't. But it's just like why are we cutting episodes? Why are we cutting seasons out after 8 episodes?
I
Like, give me more
agree.
episodes.
You should. Did you learn nothing from Game of Thrones season 8? People didn't want that little episodes. They wanted more.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like I want more episodes. I want like the Arrow had 20 episodes a season.
Like
well,
26
I
sometimes.
feel like 20 is sometimes too
20
much.
No,
it's
all
a-
as
'Cause then you
Stargate
have
SG
filler
1
episodes.
Stargate SG 1 had 20 episodes a season and it was amazing. All the
He's
episodes.
hitting the
I'm
table.
tapping the table. I must show how passionate I am.
Somebody get this man some potassium quick. No, I definitely, think, I wish there should be more episodes.
I mean, they at least
Um,
like 12, 13, 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a
You don't
decent
need
number.
20, but
It would help.
It would help a lot,
Mhm.
for sure.
I'm just tired of just so many. Every show, like the same with like all the Star Wars shows out right now. It's just like there's
It's
just
all
like
the,
8 episodes, 6 episodes. Like
it's all the
yeah.
streaming, like the like cable shows, which of course they have lower budgets. Their special effects budgets are lower and stuff too, so they maybe can stretch or not lower budgets. They have lower special effects budgets, so they can stretch probably, whatever more. But yeah, I don't know. Wheel of Time, has a lot of more effects and stuff like that. And they're trying to make it like movie grade CG and stuff. Well, do we
Well-
have anything else we need to say about Wheel of Time?
all I want to
I
say.
feel like we should. What?
Baerlon. That's the city. That's the city where they meet men.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. We need more fantasy shows.
Lord of the Rings show coming out.
I know we need more like good
Next
ones
year.
that are like. We need a good original fantasy show.
Yeah.
Mm.
Hasn't been
Yeah.
many of those
There's
original
not-
fantasies. Hard to
There's
come
not
by.
really any good original shows.
It really isn't.
I mean, everything's an adaptation. Everything's based off.
which like it sucks. I don't know.
Like even like my favorite, like I was thinking of a sci-fi, like The Expanse is like a really good sci-fi show, but that's
That's
you
an
know, that's
adaptation.
based on the
The
Expanse book series. Yeah,
Yeah, you're right. Everything's just an adaptation. Even like new movies are all just rehashes of old movies.
yeah,
Remakes.
a lot of them. And
a
I mean,
lot.
there's some like original stuff, but
I just want some good
original
movies.
stuff's risky. That's why
I
it
know.
doesn't happen a lot.
And that's why I'm a bigger book fan than I am of movies nowadays. Is because books and games and
Yeah,
comics can be more original. People can take risks. It seems like 'cause they're not spending millions of dollars on them.
Yeah.
right.
movie that people may or may
Ink.
not like.
It's just ink. Your imagination.
You can always get more pages.
When's Brandon Sanderson going to come out with his show or movie?
I think he's wanted to have somebody make like the Mistborn.
Yeah, he's talked about working on a Mistborn screenplay for a while. He hasn't talked about it much recently, but at one point he was working on a Mistborn screenplay.
They
So
make a good anime.
and he's gotten really quiet about it, which makes me think that we're about to like find out something about it
That'd be
Yeah,
cool.
at some
I
point.
think he's like trying to get it more out there because I saw they had a Mistborn skin in Fortnite.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's just because
yeah.
the guy who made Fortnite lives down the street from him.
Really?
Like
Really?
literally, yeah, like the guy who made
My
that, like they're
goodness.
neighbors.
What a world we live in.
So I don't remember.
We're-
Yeah, he like told the story or something. I
Where
think
they-
it's partially because his son is Brandon Sanderson's son is super into Fortnite.
I will play Fortnite if they make a Kaladin skin, and I'll play it for a day, and then stop playing it because I hate that game so much. And I don't even mind battle. I used to hate battle royales. I don't mind them anymore now. I just don't like Fortnite.
Yeah,
I do not like the building aspect.
culture around it, everything.
the
Well, not
building
just that, the
as-
gameplay. Like
the
I
building
can't-
aspect
like,
is
nope.
so. Just for me, if you like, I just want to. If I have to fight people, I don't want to have to build something.
I just wanna shoot.
both. That's multitasking.
I just want to
You.
shoot people or stab them. Okay.
Yeah, like in a fast-paced game, you don't want to have to like frantically be building stuff. And like if you don't
Yeah.
get that part down, if you're not good at that part,
You just die.
yeah, because other people are good at building stuff and fighting, and so
Mhm.
they like building stairways up into the sky and then shooting down at you.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
All right.
That's all I can think of.
So, well, thanks for joining us, Caleb.
It's fun.
Maybe the next time we do a Wheel of Time episode, we'll invite you back. Maybe we'll I don't know, get a few more down the road and then
We'll definitely have you
Do
back
it
on
again,
for
do it
something.
again.
Group thing.
yeah.
I mean, we're definitely gonna have you back on for something. So it's always nice to have guests.
Mm.
You're a fan favorite.
You're requested. All right. Well, this has been the Bridge of Dew podcast.
A far, far away bridge.
bridge.
Even you did it.
Good
Look
job,
at us
Caleb.
go. Oh,
I'm
great.
so proud of you. I just want to say you're welcome. You're welcome to you guys for introducing living organisms into your body.
It's like 17 different jokes that came to my mind, but I couldn't say any of them because all of them could be very bad.
Dang it. I was not trying to say something. That could be a double
You
entendre.
can say bad jokes. He just edited them out.
But
happens.
I was just, it's got live cultures of probiotics, and so I was just joking about, I put
And
live
Caleb, we don't edit
organisms
anything out
in
of
you.
our podcast. Don't lie to our
I-
audience.
I-
and then
I know for a
You're-
fact that's not true.
You don't count. Okay, we edit you a lot.
It was necessary.
He's actually
I
in
don't
every
blame you.
episode. I don't know if everybody knows this, but he's actually in every episode. We just edit him out
that's
of
true.
all of them.
Yeah, that's actually true.